Your wife is screaming again. The voice on the phone is calm, almost bored. I press my temple against the cold glass of my office window, watching Manhattan blur 40 floors below. 3 weeks. 3 weeks of these calls and I still haven't paid. Put her on, I say, static. Then her voice, raw, desperate. Lucas, please. The line cuts. My assistant knocks. Mr. Chen? The board is waiting. I straighten my tie. The kidnapping is elaborate theater. Sophia's final manipulation to save our dying marriage. The timing is too perfect. Right after I filed for divorce, right when her father's company needed my money. She thinks I'll crack, play the hero, forget the prenup that leaves her with nothing. She doesn't know me at all. The meeting runs long. Acquisitions, margins, the usual carnage of corporate warfare. My phone buzzes under the table. Another unknown number. I let it ring. Everything all right? My CFO asks. Perfect. I sign the papers that will destroy her father's company by morning. Absolutely perfect. That night I pour bourbon in my empty penthouse. The ice cracks like bones. 27 calls today. They're getting desperate. Good. Let them sweat while Sophia realizes I won't be her ATM anymore. My phone lights up. This time it's a video. I almost don't open it. Almost. The image is grainy, handheld. A concrete room. Sophia on a mattress, her designer dress torn, her face. Christ, her face. But it's the blood that stops my heart. The blood pooling beneath her. The way she clutches her stomach, the inhuman sound tearing from her throat. No. She's sobbing. No, 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 not my baby, baby. The camera zooms in. Her hands are crimson, trembling. The man holding the phone laughs. Looks like you're not going to be a daddy after all, Mr. Chen. The video ends. I drop the glass. Bourbon spreads across Italian marble like amniotic fluid. She was pregnant. She was pregnant and My hands shake as I dial the last number. It rings once. Ready to pay attention now? The voice is different, female, familiar. Who is this? The woman who just watched your wife lose your child because you couldn't be bothered to pick up the phone. I'll pay. Whatever you want. Too late for that, Lucas. Ice in her voice. Your wife is gone. What do you mean gone? I mean she bled out 20 minutes ago. I mean you killed her with your arrogance. A pause. I mean you're going to live with this for the rest of your miserable life. The line goes dead. I call back. Nothing. I try every number they've used. Disconnected. I hire investigators, hackers, ex-military contractors. For 3 days I don't sleep, don't eat, just hunt. Then I see it. Security footage from a gas station 2 states over. The timestamp is from this morning. It's Sophia, walking, breathing, alive. But the way she moves, fluid, predatory, that's not my wife. The woman on the screen buys cigarettes with steady hands, laughs at something the cashier says. No trauma in her posture. No grief in her eyes. She looks directly at the camera, smiles. That smile promises things that make my blood run cold. My phone buzzes. New message. No number. Did you mourn me, Lucas? Another text. Did you feel it? That moment when your heart finally remembered how to break? And another. Good. Now you're ready to play. I stare at the footage, at this stranger wearing my wife's face. The Sophia I married was soft, desperate for approval, always bending. This woman looks like she could crack the world open with her bare hands. What happened in that room? What did I create with my neglect? My phone rings. Private number. Hello, husband, she purrs. Let's talk about what you owe me. The city lights flicker like stars going out. One by one. Room 1247, come alone. The hotel is the kind that rents by the hour, where the wallpaper peels like dead skin and nobody asks questions. I should bring security. I should call the police. Instead, I'm here with nothing but my guilt and a Glock I don't know how to use. The door is cracked open. I push through. She's sitting on the bed, legs crossed, wearing a red dress that costs more than most people's cars. Her hair is shorter, platinum now. The bruises from the video are gone. Everything about her screams, wrong, wrong, wrong. You look tired, Sophia says. You look dead, she laughs, not her laugh. This sound could cut glass. I was for about 90 seconds. Funny what that does to a person. The baby. There was no baby, Lucas. The words hit like cold water. The video, oh, that was real. The blood, the pain, all of it. Just not a miscarriage. She stands, circles me like a shark. Do you know what a chemical pregnancy is? When you inject certain hormones, the body thinks it's pregnant. When you stop, she shrugs, the body grieves what was never there. You're insane. No, I was insane. Insane to think you'd save me. Insane to believe loving you meant anything. She's close now, close enough that I can smell her perfume, different, dangerous. But watching you ignore those calls, knowing you thought I was bluffing, that cured me. So this is what? Revenge. Education. She traces a finger down my chest. Lesson 1. You don't know me at all. Her touch burns through my shirt. I grab her wrist. The woman who called, who said you died. My new friend. Amazing what kind of people you meet when you're zip-tied in a basement. Her free hand finds my throat, nails pressing just hard enough to dimple skin. They were quite professional, ex-military. Your kind of people, actually. You hired them to kidnap you? No, darling. That was real. Your enemies are very creative. She leans in, lips brushing my ear. But when they realized you weren't paying, they got bored. Started talking about selling me instead. That's when I made them a better offer. My blood chills. What kind of offer? Your destruction, of course. She steps back, smooths her dress. See, they wanted money. I wanted to watch you burn. We found middle ground. How much? Oh, Lucas. That smile again. I'm not talking about money. She pulls out her phone, shows me a photo. It's my CFO, the one who asked if I was all right. He's tied to a chair, missing several fingers. Lesson 2, she says. Everyone you trust works for me now. You're lying, another photo. My head of security kneeling in front of armed men, my lawyer signing papers with a gun to his head, my assistant crying as someone holds her son. 3 weeks is a long time, Lucas. You taught me to be efficient. The room spins. What do you want? Everything. She sits back on the bed, crosses her legs. Your company. Your connections. Your complete, unconditional surrender. Go to hell. Already been. You sent me there, remember? She examines her nails. Oh, and if you're thinking about that gun in your jacket, it's not loaded. Miguel took the bullets when he frisked you in the lobby. I pull it out, check empty. Lesson 3, she says. I'm always 2 moves ahead now. This isn't you. No, the woman you married is dead. She bled out on a dirty mattress believing you'd save her. Something flickers in her eyes. Pain, maybe, or just the ghost of it. I'm what crawled back. My phone buzzes. Bank alert, $50 million transferred out of my account. That's just the start, she says. By morning, you'll be broke. By tomorrow night, you'll be begging me for mercy. And Lucas? She stands, walks to the door. I won't give it. Sophia, that's not my name anymore. She pauses at the threshold. Call me Karma. The door closes. I sink onto the bed, head in my hands. The sheets smell like her, like the her I remember. Vanilla and jasmine and home. My phone rings. Unknown number, sir. My assistant's voice trembling. I'm so sorry. She has my son. I had to. The line cuts. Another call immediately. Mr. Chen? My CFO. Check your email, please. I'm sorry. I look. Every email is from him, sent over the last hour. Financial records. Offshore accounts. Every dirty deal I've ever made. All forwarded to the FBI, SEC, and New York Times. My empire, built on 20 years of careful crime, crumbles in 20 seconds. Another text from her. Still think I'm bluffing? I run for the door. The hallway is empty except for a cleaning cart. The woman pushing it looks up, one of the kidnappers from the video. Mr. Chen, she says pleasantly. Karma wants you to know you're free to go. But nowhere is safe now. I bolt for the stairs. 5 flights down, my legs give out. I collapse in the stairwell, laughing, actually laughing because she's right. The meek wife I ignored, dismissed, betrayed. She just declared war, and she's already won the first battle. I find her at our old cafe, the one where we had our first date. She's reading Baudelaire, sipping espresso like the world isn't burning around us, like she didn't destroy my life 4 days ago. You're early, she says without looking up. I slide into the opposite chair. Outside, federal agents are raiding my office. My assets are frozen. Half my board is under investigation. The other half is missing. How? I ask. How did I know you'd come? She turns a page. Because underneath all that ice, you're predictable. Guilty men always return to the scene of their first crime. Our first date was a crime, wasn't it? Now she looks at me. Her eyes are different, older, hungrier. You targeted me because my father had land you wanted. You made me love you to get it. Classic corporate raid, except you used my heart as collateral. The waiter brings me coffee I didn't order. Black, 2 sugars. She remembers I did love you, I say. Loved, past tense. When did it stop, Lucas? When I couldn't get pregnant? When my father's company started failing? When I became inconvenient? When you became weak? The words hang between us like a blade. She nods slowly. Thank you, she says, for the honesty. It's refreshing. What happened to you? In that room? She sets down her book. You want the pretty story or the truth? Truth, I begged. Her voice is calm, clinical. For 3 days I begged. Not them, they were just doing a job. I begged God, the universe, anyone listening. Begged for you to prove me wrong, to show up, to care about me more than your pride. Sophia. Then the pain started. The fake pregnancy, though I didn't know it was fake then. I thought I was losing our child. Do you know what that does to a body? What it does to a mind? I reach for her hand. She doesn't pull away, but her skin is cold. I died in that room, she continues. Not medically, that was dramatics. But the woman who loved you, who would have done anything for your approval. She bled out with that fake baby, so what are you now? Free. She turns my hand over, traces the lines on my palm. It's liberating, really. Discovering you can survive your worst fear, that the person you thought you'd die without couldn't be bothered to save you. It clarifies things. Is that why you're doing this? Clarity? I'm doing this because you taught me how. Her grip tightens. 20 years I watched you destroy companies, lives, families. Hostile takeovers, they call it. Such a clean term for such dirty work. That's business, and this is personal. She lets go, signals the waiter. He brings a manila envelope. Inside is a confession, she says. Sign it and I'll call off my dogs. Your people go free. The FBI finds insufficient evidence. You keep enough money to start over somewhere small and quiet. I open it. The confession is comprehensive. Murder, racketeering, things I did and things I didn't. This would put me away for life. Yes. Why would I sign it? Because the alternative is worse. She slides a phone across the table. The screen shows security footage. My mentor, the man who taught me everything, walking into his private club. In 10 minutes, he has a meeting with federal prosecutors. He's been keeping records on you for years. Insurance, he calls it. You're bluffing. Richard would never. The same Richard who slept with your first wife? Who's been skimming from your offshore accounts? Who sold you out to the Koreans in 15? My blood freezes. How could you possibly, when your pillow talk was very educational? She sips her espresso. All those nights you came home furious, ranting about betrayals and schemes. I was listening, Lucas, always listening. If you know he's been betraying me, why warn me? Because I want you to choose. She leans forward. Sign the confession, lose your freedom. Or don't sign. And watch everyone you trust destroy you the way you destroyed me. That's not a choice. It's the same choice you gave me. Submit or be eliminated. At least I'm giving you 10 minutes to decide. 8 minutes now. On the phone screen, Richard orders his usual scotch. What happened to equal revenge? I ask. I ignored you for 3 weeks. You've been torturing me for torture. She laughs, that new laugh that sounds like breaking glass. Oh, darling, this isn't torture. This is foreplay. Then what's the main event? You'll see. If you survive the opening act, 6 minutes. Richard checks his watch, adjusts his tie. I could run, I say. With what money? What passport? What allies? She shakes her head. I own everyone you might call. Every account you might access. Every hole you might hide in. You can't have gotten to everyone. Want to bet? She pulls out her own phone, shows me a contact list. Names I recognize. Names I trust. Each with a red dot beside it. Red means mine. Green means dead. You'll notice there's no other color. 4 minutes. Why the confession? I ask. Why not just let them destroy me? Because prison is too easy. Because I want you to know that you put yourself there, that you had a choice. She finishes her espresso, and because I want to visit you. Every week. Want to watch your hair go gray and your body go soft while I live the life you stole from me? 2 minutes. Richard stands, heads for the private room where prosecutors wait. Decide, she says. I look at the confession. At her. At the woman I created with my cruelty. I'll sign, I say. But I have a condition. You're not in a position to negotiate. One dinner. Tomorrow night. You and me. No games, no revenge, just talking like we used to. Something flickers across her face. Why? Because I want to understand. Because maybe you're right, maybe I never knew you. I pick up the pen. Because I'm going to lose everything anyway. At least let me know what I actually lost. 1 minute she watches me, those new cold eyes searching for the trap. Fine. she says finally. One dinner. But Lucas, yeah? If you try anything, if you run, if you scheme, if you so much as think about fighting back, I'll burn down everything you ever touched. Including the orphanage your mother built. The one you think I don't know about. My hand freezes on the pen. The orphanage is my only secret, my only clean thing. You wouldn't. Sign. Find out. 0 minutes. On screen, Richard enters the room. Shakes hands with federal agents. I sign every page, initial every paragraph. Hand her back my life in neat black ink. She stands, tucks the confession into her purse. Tomorrow, 8 o'clock. Wear the blue suit. It makes you look less like a criminal. She leaves money on the table, walks out. I watch her go, this stranger wearing my wife's body, wondering if somewhere inside her the woman I married still exists. My phone buzzes. Bank alert, $10 million deposited. Text from her. For lawyers. You'll need them. Then another. And Lucas, the orphanage is safe. I'm not you. I stare at the screen, at this small mercy from the woman I broke. Maybe that's the worst punishment of all, knowing that even now, even after everything, she's still more human than I ever was. She chooses the restaurant where I proposed. Of course she does. You're wearing the blue suit, she observes. You said to. And you always do what I say now. She's in white virgin sacrifice or avenging angel. How novel. The waiter pours wine, the same vintage from our engagement. Every detail is deliberate, a scalpel to memory. The FBI took everything this morning, I say. Not everything. You still have your health, your limbs, your ability to feel pain. She raises her glass. To small mercies. We drink. The wine tastes like ashes and anniversaries. Ask, she says. What? Whatever's eating you alive, ask. Did you ever love me? She sets down her glass carefully. I loved you the way drowning people love life rafts. Desperately, stupidly, without questioning if you were sinking too. That's not an answer. Yes. I loved you. Past tense, as you noted. She studies me. The more interesting question is, did you ever love me? Or was I just another acquisition? I loved you, I say. I just loved power more. Finally. The truth. She signals the waiter. That wasn't so hard, was it? Our food arrives. The same meal from our wedding night. She's recreating every milestone, showing me what I destroyed. What now? I ask. Now we eat. Then you go to prison. Then I live. That's it? No grand finale? Oh, there's a finale. She cuts into her steak. But we're not there yet. More games? One more. She produces an envelope from her purse. Inside are 2 documents. One is a full confession from your mentor, Richard, detailing every crime you committed together. The other is a suicide note. His handwriting. Very convincing. My blood runs cold. What did you do? Nothing yet. She slides the envelope across. Richard is at his cabin upstate, alone, drinking, contemplating his sins. What happens next depends on you. I'm asking you to choose. Let Richard confess, add another 20 years to your sentence, or, she shrugs. Make it look like guilt got the better of him. You want me to kill him. I want you to understand how it feels. That moment when someone you trust holds your life in their hands and chooses themselves. I won't do it. Then he testifies tomorrow. And Lucas? She leans in. He knows about the orphanage. He's been blackmailing your mother's foundation for years, skimming from children to fund his mistresses. The room tilts. You're lying. She shows me photos. Bank records. Richard's signatures on diverted funds. 20 years he's been stealing from those kids. You never noticed because you were too busy playing emperor. Her smile is razor sharp. So choose. Your freedom or theirs. This isn't you. This cruelty. You're right. It's you. She stands. I learned from the best. Every manipulation, every twisted choice, every soul I've broken to get here. It's all your playbook, darling. I created a monster. No. You revealed one. She touches my cheek, almost tender. The monster was always there, waiting. You just gave her permission to come out and play. She heads for the door, stops. Midnight, she says. Richard will be at his desk, gun in his drawer, conscience heavy. If you're there, he lives to testify. If you're not, Karma, that's not my name either. She looks back. I haven't decided what to call myself yet. Maybe after tonight I'll know. She leaves. I sit with the envelope, with the choice, with the weight of 20 years of friendship versus 20 years in chains. At 11, I drive to Richard's cabin. He's exactly where she said, at his desk, bourbon at hand. My entire life spread across mahogany in damning black and white. Lucas. He doesn't look up. She said you'd come. She contacted you? Contacted? Boy, she owns me. He laughs bitterly. Has for weeks. That woman you married? She died. What came back is something else entirely. So the confession is real. Every word. He finally meets my eyes. Just like my betrayals. All real. Why? Because you're weak. He pours another drink. Because I could. Because in this life you take or get taken. I trusted you. And I trusted you. Until you had my son killed. The words hit like cold water. Your son died in a car accident. My son died because he was investigating your Shanghai deal, the one I warned you against. Richard's hand moves toward his drawer. His car accident was very convenient, wasn't it? Don't lie to me. He's on his feet, gun in hand. 20 years I've waited. 20 years I've gathered evidence, and now your little wife hands me the perfect chance to bury you. Richard, she told me you'd come to kill me. He laughs. Told me exactly what you'd say, how you'd stand, that look in your eyes right now. Christ, she played us both. Put the gun down. Why? So you can stage my suicide? Make it clean? He waves the gun. At least she's honest about being a monster. You still pretend you're human. I didn't kill your son. No, you just gave the order. Let others bloody their hands. He's crying now. Just like you let her rot in that room. Just like you let everyone who loves you burn while you count your money. Richard, please, and she gave me a choice too, you know. Confess and live, or die protecting you. He laughs. Guess which one I chose. He puts the gun to his temple. Don't tell her she won. The gunshot echoes across the lake. Richard falls, my name on his lips, his blood on his confession. I stand there frozen as footsteps approach behind me. You didn't pull the trigger, she says softly. I turn. She's changed clothes, black now, mourning or victory. You knew he'd do it, I say, I suspected. Richard always was dramatic. She surveys the scene. The confession is ruined. All that blood. Guess you're free. You planned this. I planned multiple endings. This was one of them. She steps closer. How does it feel? Watching someone die because you couldn't save them? He chose, did he? Or did I choose for him? Did you choose when you stayed silent? She cups my face. Welcome to the gray, darling, where choices are illusions and everyone's guilty. What are you? I'm what love looks like when it stops believing in itself. She kisses my forehead. I'm your masterpiece, sirens in the distance. She must have called them. Run, she says. What? Run, or stay and explain the dead mentor, the gun, the motive. She checks her watch. You have maybe 3 minutes. Come with me. The words surprise us both. She tilts her head, studying me. Why would I do that? Because this revenge, destruction, becoming me, it's killing you too. I grab her hands. I see it. The way you look when you think I'm not watching. You're drowning in what you've become. Pretty words from a desperate man. True words. The sirens grow louder. We're both monsters now. Maybe that means we deserve each other. She laughs. Not the glass-cutting laugh, but something sadder. Deserve? Lucas, we don't deserve anything but the hell we've built. Then let's burn together. 2 minutes. She looks at Richard's body. At the blood. At the confession that could have destroyed me. Then at me. No, she says finally. You run, I stay. That's the ending. Why? Because someone has to pay for all this pain. She backs away. And despite everything, I'm still not you. 1 minute. Go, she says. Go and live with the knowledge that I could have destroyed you completely. That I chose mercy. That even now I'm more human than you ever were. Karma, Sophia. She corrects. My name was always Sophia. I run. Through the woods to my car, away from the sirens and the death and the woman I broke. In the rearview mirror, I see the police arrive. See her standing in the doorway, arms raised in surrender. She takes the fall. For Richard, for me. For all of it. Because that's the final twist. She wasn't becoming me. She was showing me what I am, and choosing to be something else. I drive until dawn, her last words echoing, my name was always Sophia. Past tense. Always past tense. 6 months later, I find her in Prague. She's playing violin on the Charles Bridge, her case open for coins. Tourists pass without recognizing the woman who made headlines. Billionaire's wife orchestrates husband's downfall. The charges didn't stick, but the scandal did. I wait until she finishes Pachelbel's Canon, our wedding song, because she's still twisting the knife. You're flat on the high notes, I say. She doesn't look up. You're supposed to be in Argentina. I was. Got boring. Prison would have been more exciting. She starts packing up. Why are you here, Lucas? To thank you. Now she looks. Thinner, sharper, but something soft has returned to her edges. For destroying your life? For saving it. She laughs, that old laugh, the one that sounds like home. Stockholm Syndrome doesn't suit you. Richard's son, I looked into it. The accident. You were right. I never ordered it. But my people did it anyway. Initiative, they called it. I dropped coins in her case. I was so drunk on power I didn't even notice I'd become a murderer by proxy. And now I notice everything. I sit on the bridge wall. The FBI cleared me thanks to your testimony. Richard's death was ruled a suicide. I have a new name, new life, could start over anywhere. But I can't stop thinking about what you said, that we deserve the hell we built. She finishes packing, stands. I have a train to catch. Where? Nowhere, everywhere. She shoulders the violin. I'm learning to exist without a plan. It's terrifying and perfect, Guy. Can I walk you? She studies me. 6 months have changed us both. Her vengeance has cooled to something like wisdom. My arrogance has crumbled to something like humility. 10 minutes, she says. We walk along the Vltava, past lovers and tourists and lives we'll never live. I forgive you, she says suddenly. Don't. Not for your sake. For mine. Carrying hate is exhausting. She stops at a bench, sits. I spent 3 weeks in that room becoming you. 6 months in the world unbecoming myself. Now I just want to be, what? Empty. Clean. New. She looks at the water. Did you know there's a moment during drowning when the body stops fighting? Just accepts. It's peaceful, they say. Are you drowning? No, I'm floating. She turns to me. What about you? Still swimming against the current? I'm trying to learn stillness. From the man who never stopped moving. She shakes her head. What do you really want, Lucas? Absolution. Can't give you that. I know. I sit beside her. Then just this. Sitting on a bench with the only person who really knows me. The monster and the man. We're quite a pair. The destroyer and the destroyed. Which is which? Does it matter? She smiles. Small, real. I suppose not. Her train whistle echoes across the river. She stands. Where will you go? She asks. Mongolia. They're building schools, need teachers. You? Teaching? Ironic, right? The man who destroyed companies building futures. I stand too. You could come. No. Not as us. Just as two people who understand darkness, trying to find light. That's beautiful. And impossible. She touches my cheek. We're not meant to heal together. We're meant to heal apart, become better versions of ourselves, then maybe, someday, meet again as strangers. When? When looking at me doesn't make you see Richard's blood. When looking at you doesn't make me feel that room. She drops her hand. When we've earned the right to gentleness. The train whistle again, urgent now. I loved you, I say. Present tense, even now. Especially now, I know. She kisses me, soft, brief, final. That's the real tragedy. She walks away. At the platform edge, she turns. Lucas? The baby, there was a baby. Before the fake pregnancy, before the kidnapping. Last year. I lost it and never told you because you were in Shanghai closing deals. Her smile is sad. I named her Sophie. After hope. The train doors close between us before I can speak. Through the window, I watch her find a seat, open a book, begin her next chapter. I stand on the platform until the train disappears, carrying away my wife, my victim, my salvation. Sophia, who showed me hell and then chose heaven, who became a monster to teach me humanity, who broke us both to set us free. 2 years later, I'll be teaching mathematics to orphans in Ulaanbaatar when a postcard arrives. No message, just a drawing of a bridge. 5 years later, I'll open a school in Bangladesh funded by money I kept hidden. Richard's money, cleaned and repurposed. The opening ceremony will feature a violinist. I won't look up from my speech, but I'll know that laugh. 10 years later, on a different bridge in a different city, 2 strangers will reach for the same book at a vendor's stall. Their hands will touch. They'll look up. You're not flat on the high notes anymore, he'll say. You learned stillness, she'll reply. They'll have coffee. Talk about their work. His schools, her music therapy for abuse survivors. Not about the past, the blood, the choices that broke them. When they part, she'll write her number on his palm. Not a phone number. A date. The day they met 20 years ago before power and pain twisted love into weapon. Start over? She'll ask. Start better, he'll answer, but that's later. Now I stand on a Prague platform watching my past disappear into distance, feeling something I haven't felt in decades, empty, clean, new, ready, finally to drown in something other than myself. The city bells chime noon. Somewhere Sophia is opening that book, beginning again. And for the first time since I ignored those calls, I breathe. Present tense. Always present tense.